Hello, this is GOBIZ and welcome back to the channel again. And today I have a hack that I came up with just for one of our members who actually asked a question, okay? And I think it is very relevant because he had the right idea. So what works with Navy Federal? That's what I will try to explain, and that he is actually on to something. And out of his question can be a very brilliant idea, okay? Now, his question was, he was wanting to know whether he can do a joint account on a pledge loan. And that's a great question, okay? And I did try this with Navy Federal before because I was trying to do a pledge loan with my daughter. And the answer was that, no, you cannot do a joint pledge loan. However, there's a hack that you can do that you or your husband or your wife or your niece or nephew, anybody that you wanted to help with a pledge loan, so that you will have the same benefit. You can benefit from the same number of months and the amount of payment that you do. This is something that you may want to consider. And Mr. DDN Senior, thank you so much for sharing your question and for asking your questions. I think this is something that is really relevant and that we can share. And then some Navy Federal members and some community members, I am sure, can come up with about the same strategy, okay? It does not have to be $2,500 like you were saying, okay? So it can be any amount, it can be bigger, it can be smaller, but whatever is feasible for you, I would say a double pledge loan from the same amount of money, and you are not even tying up the whole amount. But after you do this, you and your wife will have a pledge loan, an installment loan that can be reporting on-time payments on your credit report for up to 36 months actually. This video, you will be able to have two separate pledge loans for you and your wife, you and your partner, you and your boyfriend, you and your niece, you and your brother, your sister, and whoever it is that you want to be able to have a pledge loan with you, that will be reporting on-time payments to credit bureaus as an installment loan for up to 36 months. That is already at least 80 to 90% paid off. So I think that's a pretty cool hack for $2,500 to be able to really work for you in boosting your credit profile and Navy Federal profile at the same time, your internal score. So here's what you can do with $2,500. Either you or your partner can get started with a pledge loan. You have a pledge loan, you call Navy Federal and open up a pledge loan for $2,500. So when that is in place, when that is in your Navy Federal app, in a few days, or you can even wait a week, it just depends on how fast you want that 90% or 80% to be back in your funding account, okay? So once that is in your app and you decide to pay it off, let's say pay off about, I would say 2,220, okay? We will just use that amount. So I have to calculate that later, okay? You have already paid down, okay? I keep saying paid off. When you pay it off, that's paying the whole amount, and that beats the purpose, okay? So pay it down up to $2,220. I don't know why I keep thinking about 220, because I think that was like, I was thinking about the minimum amount you can do with a pledge loan. But anyway, now that you have paid down 2,220, that means you have remaining on your account that you can spread out for 36 months, or you do not have to pay anything at all until 33rd month, when Navy Federal says that your next payment is due. And that next payment will usually be a lot closer to the end of your term, and you will see that on your app. So just remember that You will see that on your app, and you do not have to pay monthly payments until that time. It's totally up to you, okay? Because why? Again, remember, you already paid in advance for all those months that you were supposed to pay a minimum payment, okay? And that is the reason why it will be reporting those monthly payments. It will be on your credit report. Now that the husband has already completed his own pledge loan, there is 2,200 that is free to use for the wife to do her own pledge loan. And remember, with 2,200 pledge loan, you can stretch that term for up to 36 months, okay? So both you and your wife, or the husband and the wife, both have pledge loans that have a 36-month term. So it benefits you both, okay, from the same amount of money that you use to fund the pledge loan. So again, the wife, partner number two, does the pledge loan and sets it up. And once it is in place, you do the same thing. The wife has already set up her pledge loan, and she can already see it on her app. She can see the next payment due on the app, and everything is set up. So now you can pay it down, okay? And 90% of 2,200 or 2,200 is about, I would say, 1,980, okay? But you can still go ahead and just pay down just 1,900, you know? So it's easier to count. I'm really not good at math, so just bear with me, okay? So once she does that, let's say she pays down 1,900. So there is also about left on that pledge loan, okay? So both the wife and the husband have remaining on a 36-month pledge loan installment loan. So still, let's say once you do that and you have that remaining, you have your $1,900 back to your funding account once you pay it down. So you're basically tied up, I would say, about $600. It can be lesser than that. It's just according to you. It's just according to what you want and how much you want to pay it down, okay? So it doesn't have to be 90 actually. You can just, pay it slowly. Just to give you a kind of a picture, okay? You have $2,500. Now, both you and the husband have $600 tied up, on your pledge loan remaining, on your pledge loan. And basically, that is the total amount you invested in your pledge loan. And you still have that $1,900 back to your account. So it is up to you. You can always, pay it down more so you have more on your funding account, but that's totally up to you, okay? And you can just, pay it down slowly as you go along if you don't want that $600 to be tied up. But I'm just giving you an idea of the possibilities of what you can do with a specific amount, and not just $2,500, okay? It can be 3,000, it can be 500, 1,000, and just calculate how much you need to pay down and how much will remain on that amount, okay? But I'm just giving you the kind of the idea, like the pathway of what can be done, so you can picture how a one amount can benefit two individuals with a pledge loan and get the same benefits, okay? And I hope I did not confuse you there with some of my calculations. I know you're smart and you would get the idea and understand exactly what I was trying to say. So anyway, I would like to thank DDN Senior for bringing up that topic and asking that question. So now we can at least share that here in this community. And if you have ideas about hacks, I'm actually on my next videos, we have another member who actually shared a great hack about the pledge loan and the End Rewards credit card. So hopefully I will have time to put together that video, and there's a lot more that is actually coming from you guys. And so it allows me to put together information here based on your questions or information that you share, okay? And I thank you so much for that. Oh, and as I said, I would share a screenshot from Navy Federal, and this is an actual message that I sent them about joint pledge loans, and that is because of the question from our community member, and this is their response. So there is another hack. I want you to read this and understand it. And like I said, this may not apply to everybody, but it's worth doing just in case you do want to do
a pledge loan with your wife or your husband or your partner. So it's Navy Federal giving us a clue right here, and I've never heard about this before. So hopefully this will help you. So it says here that they do not typically allow joint owners on a pledge loan. However, exceptions can be made if you request to add a co-applicant within 60 days after the application is approved and a joint account is not required. I think that's pretty new information to me. How about you? Let me know if you've heard about this before, but I think it's pretty much a great nugget from Navy Federal again. So I think I will do a short video about this.
And as always, this is Motions Biz. Always remember, I really appreciate you being here and tuning in to the channel. So until next time, have a wonderful day. Have a very blessed weekend.